hotter the conflict, the greater the triumph.
A theistic serpent may be overcome by a swarm of ants.
Lead me, follow me, or get out of my way. Age wrinkles body.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to you
Battle buddies.
live from the depths of Northern California, where we just had one of the best propaganda shows of the Air Force's career here of 250 years of just really kicking ass as America and the United States.
Is that what that was?
I don't know, man. This is an At Ease episode. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
The last time we did an At Ease episode was the beginning of the year, January. And we were covering...
It wasn't when Trump got shot, was it? Because that's this one again.
True. Literally like the day of. Huh? Was that today? Or
It was
was it
last
last
night.
night? Oh my gosh, dude.
Do you know how much Hannah and I talked about it?
How much?
Not at all.
So me and Aaron, I don't even know if Aaron knows. I don't even know if my wife knows, bro. To be fair, you watched the videos,
Yeah,
I'm sure, the 30
absolutely.
seconds. It seemed pretty mundane, and if I'm being honest, I'm following the president's lead on this one, and he seemed pretty unaffected by it as well,
He didn't care. The UFC guy refused to sit down.
which he said was awesome, by the way.
Yeah, he's a fucking tool.
He said, it was so awesome, I didn't move.
And when I heard that it was a Southern California educator, I was like, you're really putting us all to shame, buddy.
Oh, is that what? Really?
That's what I heard.
I didn't know that.
But I heard he's like a smarty pants.
What do you mean?
Like he went to like good schools and stuff, like Caltech or something.
No shit?
Yeah.
Are we going to get into that at some point? Or are we getting into it right now? Ladies and gentlemen, this is an At Ease episode of Battle Buddies. For those of you who don't know, At Ease, we like to sometimes pause from our ancient literature and our, battle-driven style series, and we talk about modern conflicts that are happening because it's sometimes inevitable, and we're a war podcast. And I was telling Kevin before we were recording, it's crazy that we have been studying war for 4 years, and then this whole Iran thing pops up. So that it's providing an interesting perspective on everything that has been happening. So we're recording this in at the end of April of 2026, and we are, at war with Iran. Would you say that that's a fair statement?
No.
You would not.
I mean, absolutely, we are at war, but
It's not declared. Whatever.
it's not war. This not war is going not well. It's fucking so stupid. My question on that though, let's just jump into it.
Do it, dude. Jump.
On this Iran thing.
Okay.
Because we live in an area where everybody's active duty. Not everybody.
We are in a military town, for
Yes.
those of you who don't know. We live in Solano County, and there is a Air Force base called Travis Air Force Base here.
And I was just talking to a dude, and he saw my submarine hat. And so I was explaining like my brother and stuff. And then he was explaining that he is very excited to get out because he is not excited about having to go stand in front of a burning tar pit somewhere and fucking dying of cancer or getting bombed when now he has little kids because of the way things are going. And it just got me thinking, I imagine that he's not the only one feeling that way.
Okay, so I go to Vacaville Grappling Academy, and it is ran by an Air Force vet. Anyway, we're a military town. We are a
Absolutely
military town. So a lot of his clientele are Air Force guys.
Sure.
Okay, dude. So about a week prior to us dropping bombs on Iran,
Yeah.
we had a bunch of Air Force guys who were like, hey, so we have to go. We're deploying.
Yes.
Mind you, we have no idea why. Okay? Multiple guys. We're like, we're leaving. We're bouncing. And we have to pause our membership. We're going to be gone for a minute. And then a week later, I was like, oh, that's where they're going, bro.
Yeah.
And then one of my homies came back and he was explaining to me the tarmac, and I'm not going to disclose where, obviously. But he said the tarmac was just plane, load, leave, fix another plane, load, leave,
Yeah.
fix another plane, load, leave. Like we were learning about Masters of the Air and we had to pause and talk
Right.
about all of the mechanics who were like the real heroes who were just on a 24-hour loop of just fixing these planes. Similar vibe.
Yeah.
Similar vibe. So I think what you're trying to say here is the human aspect of this. And then also, since you're saying like a lot of service members don't want to be a part of this, should we get into like the Navy side of this?
Well, I think right before that, I was just trying to think through repercussions, and I don't know if you listening think that the Department of War is going well. It's not. In terms of propaganda, it's going very poorly. Like the propaganda is not landing.
Do you not think so?
No.
Because I talked to I would love to know specifically what you're talking about, because what would like to talk and pause about propaganda for
Sure.
a second. Pete Hegseth lifting weights at Annapolis. Did you see that video? Okay, so you thought that was not a good idea, correct?
I thought it went really. I was like, why isn't the bar bending if it's 350? Like I know that the bar should bend more. Like, and I don't know
Okay.
fuck all about plates.
I was talking to my friend who's currently in, and he was like, "But that video is for the boys," and I was like, I don't know how I would feel about it as a Gen Zer who
Yeah.
flips through videos.
That's what I'm saying. The people
Okay.
I've talked to,
Cringe?
it's not like 2001. The propaganda was strong. In 2002,
Oh, for 9/11, you mean?
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
So when we were like, by the way, we're at war, everyone's like, yeah, of course we are. You know, like the support was there from the normal folk like us.
We had a Casus Belli.
Yes, that we could believe in. So whether it's real or not, what you need. I play so much Civilization in Stellaris, like in Crusader King, that you need the population to agree with it,
You do.
because they're literally the ones who will do
They're
the thing.
funding it.
And so this war strikes different in my heart, because I've never heard at the start of a war any active duty person ever, and I haven't been around too many wars, but like I've never heard of active duty people like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna fucking get out. And then it not being a real declared war so that they can get out, because they can't stop loss that.
So I have a follow-up question to
Sure.
that is actually kind of somewhat personal, and you can cut this out and frame it however you need to.
Sure.
So recently, and I'll word this properly, safely. You heard someone recently say when they recently re-enlisted that they believed in the mission when they saw it, and
Sure.
that's why they re-enlisted.
Yes.
Do you think that they still believe that?
In that mission and those threats, yes.
Okay.
My friend who reenlisted, what they said was the threats that are facing America. Like they believed in those threats being real. And I think that is still true.
Yeah, that there are threats.
They didn't tell me anything because they're good at their job, but my interpretation is we have to posture against China for the next couple of years. Like, if you look at the next 3 years, if we don't posture against China, China is going to become more aggressive against us. And I'm like
What do you? Can we
3 years
Can we
ago,
unpack that? Like,
yeah.
what do you mean aggressive? What do you? Can you?
like being out in the water.
Okay.
I
So the
literally-
ocean specifically.
I literally just mean being out in the water.
Yeah.
I don't know specifics
Yeah.
beyond that, but we've been covering China doing the terraforming thing
Yeah.
of the islands and making islands.
That was like month one shit.
That's what I mean. And so I got it. And I'm pretty much just a pacifist, but I'm a pacifist by privilege. And I've come to really recognize that over the last 4 years or so, that it's a luxury that I have
Mhm.
because of how many times in human history aggressive people have taken over non-aggressive people. It naturally has happened. And so I don't know. It's that I think is still true, that there are still threats.
Okay, let's talk about recent history. So I talked to my consigliere, also known as ChatGPT,
Mhm.
pretty routinely, but I can say honestly that people like you and I probably don't use AI the same way other people do. And one of the things I was asking was, in our country, our institutions, what are some of the things that they shove down people who want to major in history at like Yale
Oh, yeah.
and shit like this? And so this guy is what came up is What is History by E.H. Carr.
Cool.
And it's essentially 5 little essays in there
a
about
book of essays.
yeah. And one of the cool things that I really appreciate about this is he talks about how important it is to bring up the context of the present when talking about history. And a lot of the concepts he brings up in there, some of them are outdated, surely. But other of them are kind of reaffirming as to some of the stuff we do here at Battle Buddies. And I also read stuff like this to kind of help hone our craft of just reading history and making stupid jokes about them. But what I want to say right now is I think most of our listeners are our age, maybe plus or minus. Anyway, we all remember in recent history the global war on terror with 9/11 and things like that. We already kind of brought it up. You know, Kevin was talking about the casus belli, which is a reason to go to war. And we all were really emotionally invested. And that was something that we had. So if we go off of that and recent history, I don't see the same initial
That's what I
shock
feel.
that was like, okay, this makes a lot of sense why we're wanting to go to the Middle East, which, you know, the whole Iraq thing is another conversation when we did that in 2003. But at least we had some type of story in our minds where we were like, oh, this thing happened and we were attacked and now there's like a retaliation thing that needs to happen, blah, blah, blah. And that hasn't happened this go around. So a lot of Americans, myself included, are confused.
In 6th grade, I got my letter back. I don't remember how many years ago from 6th grade camp because they sent it back to you 10 years later.
Whoa.
And in my 6th grade camp, I asked about the war and was the war still going on? Because that would have been the year 9/11 happened. And I was just thinking as you were talking, because I agree with it. If I was to poll my students tomorrow, how many 8th graders could tell me what country we're actually at war with right now? Whereas in 6th grade, all of us knew. You know, none of my family was active duty. My cousin didn't join the Rangers yet at that point. And so I didn't know anybody that was active duty right then and there that was immediate family. But I knew, like, absolutely knew. I knew all of what was going on because it was all anybody was talking about. And I just don't, I bet it would be a significant amount could not say Iran. That would say the Middle East or would say Iraq or, you know, something else, the Taliban.
Yeah. And so this guy in What is History kind of wants people to use this. You are doing a disservice to the present moment if you don't look back on things that happened in recent history is essentially what he's saying, right?
Sure.
And one thing that became pretty abundantly clear after Eisenhower's farewell address, if you are listening to me right now and you have the capability to do so, YouTube Eisenhower's farewell address, because this is where he honestly coined the term the industrial military complex. And he says in so many terms, when you get these companies that are making this much money, making all of these military weapons, and then are lobbying for people in Congress and things like that, you are now nurturing a foundation where your business needs war to operate.
Yep.
Which is what I'm saying with this casus belli. We don't have the same thing in 9/11 now, so it almost feels kind of like we are creating conflict so that war can happen. Which, I don't know if you guys have been watching these military advertisements lately.
I have.
What do you think, dude? If you are, so let's talk about whatever generation you are right now, where you are getting out of high school. I would consider that Gen Z still, wouldn't you?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. They're on the tail end, but they're there.
They're on the cusp. These Gen Zers or Gen Alpha-ers that are getting out of high school this year, and they're about to be making a decision in a soon-to-be wartime economy, have interesting advertisements via the military branches being pumped into their minds. And I recommend the listener, again, to pause this and go YouTube them and check them out. They're interesting.
Watch the Air Force one, especially.
Well, the Air Force one's the most meta of them all.
The one with the general narrating it.
I don't know. So where do you want to even start? Which branch
Let's start with the Air Force.
Okay.
You have to. The Air Force is so funny. It's the funniest branch.
Dude.
It will always be the funniest branch. And I say that
They were created by the CIA, so we're allowed to make fun of them a little bit.
They are so silly, and I love them for it because it's the one that I watched. It's from like a little bit less than a year ago. It's the general talking of like the Air Force, and he's talking incredibly casually. And the context of this is watch this and then watch the Marines. It's just like watch the difference in how the propaganda works because it's still propaganda.
For
Like
sure.
they are getting a certain client to sign up, and the client that the Air Force wants, the general's like, "Listen, this could be your part-time job." And he literally said that. He's like, "This could just be something you do sometimes."
You're basically working at Google. Yeah.
He said this could just be something you do sometimes.
Dude.
That's amazing. That's
Dude.
such a good line. Yeah. Sure, that's who they do need a couple doctors and the Air Force.
Bro,
That's the vibe I got.
When I had recently gotten out,
Yeah.
I was working in Fairfield Best Buy for a while, and I saw a person in the Air Force checking out, and they were wearing their camis, their BDUs.
Yep.
And her undershirt, her last name was Bacon. I remember because I used this as
Sure.
an excuse to take a picture of her fucking uniform. But her undershirt was maroon. And I was
Sure.
like, "Oh, did you guys change your undershirts?" And I was genuinely,
Yeah,
I was like, "Well, I
absolutely.
didn't know that." She said, "Nah, it's Friday. It's casual Friday." She said, I almost like cried. I was like, I had to dress up in goddamn Chucks on Friday and get my room inspected, bro. What the fuck? So anyway,
You should hear.
all military branches, bro, matter.
They do. No, the Air Force is significant.
Yeah.
They can drop
Yeah,
the
yeah,
atomic
yeah.
bomb.
Oh, bro, the Air Force
They
rules the sky.
That's what I'm
bro.
saying. That general understood what he was doing. That's what I mean by this. I don't mean that as like he's a little bitch. No,
Smart.
He actually understands why, and he's like, this could just be something you do, friend.
Bro, which is why a lot of people do end up joining the Air
Well,
Force.
I was
They're
gonna
like,
say,
I'm just joining the Air Force.
if I'm not eager to kill somebody unless I absolutely 100% have to, I probably have the Air Force as the best shot for that, besides the Space Force, which we'll get into in a minute.
The main thing being from my town, when I joined the Marines, everybody's first question was, why did you not join the Air Force?
Right.
And I said, inevitably, if I'm going to join the military, I'm going to join the military. Like, I want it to be full on military
Yeah.
shit. And everyone was like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, no more further questions.
I have nothing to say about the Army recruit ad.
Well,
It was so fucking bad.
wait. Did you see the one that was narrated by Pete Hegseth? Is that the one you're talking about? Because that's the one I watched, and I was like, okay. Because the message of that was very clear, which was, if you are joining, you need to prepare to go abroad and do some shit.
Like where they're going through the forest at night and stuff.
I believe there's a clip of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
watched
Pete
that
Hegseth is just like, he's prepping.
Well, that
It's-
Pete, that's probably why I fucking hated it and didn't realize it.
Yeah, dude, his social media and just his presence.
Yeah, the persona that he's created for himself is it where they like look at the wolves with the night gear and stuff? Have you seen that one?
See, there's a
the
lot.
Army.
There's a lot.
The Army pushes out a lot because the Army is always recruiting
And
friends.
yes, sir. And your algorithm is going to want you to watch different commercials than my algorithm. And so yeah, that's the one that I saw. The Department of Defense was actually linked with the U.S. Army. It's like the same.
Oh, interesting.
Well, it is. It
That is interesting.
truly is.
So that's his branch now, is what he's saying.
He's the Secretary of War.
I know, but they're all branches. But he's saying like
he
the
was in the Army, correct?
I don't know.
He was in
I
the
don't-
Army,
I
yes.
can't. When he like postures, when he talks to people, and he like attacks female media, I was like, I just can't. I can't do it. I can't. I can't listen to it.
No, I know,
It's
dude.
so lame.
He's definitely playing a archetype for sure. Okay, so then we have our Navy. Let's go blue. Let's go blue
Navy.
side.
I like the Navy.
The Navy's got great ads.
I loved their ad on about respecting the fucking ocean. It was just about the ocean doesn't ask for your respect. It commands it. Like, yeah, it does. Yeah.
So
Intense.
So there was that, and then I saw it was really interesting because like 2 weeks ago, the Secretary of the Navy had posted an ad of him being like, "This is how we're going to update the fleet, and these are our plans." And then he got fired.
He got fired real quick.
He got fired. Which, I mean, how do we here at Battle Buddies? We have not spoken about this. This is a hot live take. How do we feel about that? If you are amidst a blockade in the Strait of Hormuz currently, with I don't even know if the Gerald Ford has been relieved yet of its duties. We should Google that. But they've been out for at least 10 months, and they're doing the blockade. What is the vibe that during that the Secretary of the Navy leaves?
It's pretty high up to be leaving.
Yes.
On one level, I do understand, especially in the Navy. The Navy's specific because the boats have a lot of guys. And so your leadership matters more in the Navy than in other spots. In my humble opinion, and I know that could be wrong because you're like, in platoon, like I get all of that. From my perspective, just the way that boats work, leadership,
fleets and all that.
It just matters more. And there is this weird thing, and I've read a bit about it. I've been studying some articles and like essays that have been sent to me about World War II when the war started. How many? And I've sent you. We talked about it a couple of times, but like how many get fired? How many got fired? Like how many sub commanders got fired? How many boat commanders got fired? Because
what's the vibe?
Well, the Navy was just that there is a difference between your peacetime captains and a wartime captain.
Well,
and
that's not wrong.
And that is for the Navy. Now, that works at a boat level. Like individual boats, I could see them asking like some XOs or something like, is he the guy? Like, no, he's going to fucking blow his boat up. Like, got it. Say less. But at the secretary level, I don't know. I don't understand the secretary level because it's so political. It's so like it's in the machinations of the American Republic.
He's also in charge of all the Marine Corps too. Remember that?
Yes.
Right? So that's 2 departments of the military that he's in charge of. And like you said,
see a lot.
So
like they're always ready.
It's interesting to me because I was overseas in 2010 and a Rolling Stone article, the cover was Lady Gaga, I'll never forget, came out during 2010 of General, I believe McChrystal, being interviewed, and he had a couple drinks and he talked shit about Obama.
Whoa.
And he got fired.
Yeah.
While we were in the war. And it just was what it was. It just was. It just happened. So I think turnover is common, but usually there's a reason.
There's probably some reasons. Well, and that was kind of my question that I would have for people who couldn't answer it while they're in service. But how much do you need your secretary of your department at that in terms of day-to-day operations? I imagine not that much.
Yeah.
You hope.
For sure.
But then it's like, well, then why even appoint you? Yeah. It's just figurehead shit, but like, yeah, but it's still parts of it. They still lead general macro things. I don't know. It's very complicated.
So another ad that was really interesting for the Navy was basically the Secretary of the Navy being like, come join and build ships.
Cool.
I mean, it was giving World War II wartime economy. It just showed a bunch of people welding. Like it was.
Vallejo's back, baby. Mare Island, we're going back.
Crazy.
But that was a huge thing.
Whoa.
There is a lot of people retired in Vacaville right now that are retired because they built boats on Mare Island.
Mm-hmm. Totally. I know people.
Yes, I know multiple people. As an adult, like not even people that I knew as kids, like as an adult living in suburbs, like I've just met many people like, hey, I used to build the suburbs. Like I welded on 2 subs. And they still keep track because it was an amazing thing they got to do. So
it's part of history. It's crazy. Now, lastly, the Marines, their advertisements are, dude, what? when you type in Marine Corps commercial and you look at the videos, like one of the top two, there's a 30-second ad that the Marine Corps made, no music. It's them coming on that tanker. Did you see that?
I've watched so many of these Marine ads today.
I was like, bro, this is that's. And then the top comment was like, yep, doing what they're trained to do. And it was like, okay, it's like that's good propaganda. It's like, if you join, you'll probably be doing some crazy shit like this.
The only branch the middle schoolers talk about joining, if they talk about it, is the Marines. Because their propaganda is the only one targeting 12-year-olds effectively. And it does. I remember we talk about all the time. The best commercial of my fucking life is that
the dragon.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, of course.
He
dude.
makes a sword. He like Gandalf's a sword and like fucking stabs. It's awesome.
The dragon fucks hard,
dude. So good.
Think about all the D&D nerds that were like, well, I guess I'm joining the Marines.
I didn't know we're getting swords. You know, much. My brother and I made sure he had his sword for his wedding day. Like,
dope. Did he?
Yes, of course. Like, we're not gonna.
That's sick.
You can't join as an officer, and he's in the Navy. I understand it's very different. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. But you can't join as an officer when swords are available, and then not get your fucking sword.
No,
like,
that's like some Prince shit right there, dude. That's gangster.
It's dope.
Yeah, that's some man shit right there. That's dope.
And I love their commercials because they're so good. They egg you on, and they understand Americans better than any other branch by an extreme margin. And I think the Air Force one did good for getting his clientele, but he doesn't clearly need that many guys in the way that he was saying it.
Join if you want.
The Marines are like, don't do it. You're not man enough to do it. You can't do it, can you? It's not for everyone what we're going to do. And then it's all the pictures of these guys like jumping out of buildings and flipping and shit. I'm like, you can't do it though, can you? And then I watched the Recon Marine ads too. And those ones are even more hyper specific. Like, it's not for you if you don't got the. I think they say they have their motto, their 3-word motto, something like swift, deadly, whatever. Sorry, Alan, I don't remember it. But I tried to memorize it for you. I seriously did. But I was doing the Odyssey and I got caught up in these shades. Okay. But there is like a thing, it's like a motto part of the recons, I guess, about like fire. Like, don't do it unless you got that fire. And then I looked at the comments and there's a bunch of people referencing fire, like, I had the fire today. I can't wait to get out of high school. I'm already signed. Like, oh shit.
There you go. There you go, bro.
That's who's getting them.
The seeds, bro. The seeds have been planted. Yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, as an alien from the outside looking in, if I were looking at these ads, and you were right? The ocean is the big one, I think.
It's where it's going down.
Dude. And so if you look over here at this map, we got the Arabian Sea, the Indian Ocean, and the Strait of Hormuz, correct? Now, down here we have another strait at the bottom of the Red Sea. That used to be open, but the Houthis attacked it, right?
Right.
After October 7th.
Sure.
So that got fucked up. So now, if people want to do commerce, they have to go down south all the way past all the way tippy bottom of Africa and then go around to like Rome if you wanted to get to that side of Europe.
Crazy.
So twice as long. It's going to take twice as long. Meaning that all these different choke points that you have around the world, these little canals, Suez Canal is up there north of Egypt, right?
Yep.
I feel like the vibe is that we're about to be like pirates.
We did just shoot that boat.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Remember when we shot the tanker
it's
like 2 days ago?
It's giving pirates.
That we're like, tanker, shut off your engine or we will disable your engine with a shot.
And they did.
And then they fucking shot it. And all the military forums were blown up because they're like, listen, I don't know if I agree. All of them are saying the same thing. I don't know if I agree or not with the shooting. It's really cool to see our guns go.
Duh.
It was hyper accurate.
Oh, dude, crazy.
You don't get to see cannons fire at another thing often, and so watching it hit the engine room, like,
Dude, but so that's part of the game.
I know.
Part of the
I
game
know.
is showing them how accurate it is and
Yes.
being like, fuck around. We have this capability. We did it even with the Maduro thing, dude, of just
Yeah.
showing like just breaking down how crazy that operation was. Like, bro, you woke this dude up in the middle of the night. You didn't wake him up, excuse me.
Yeah.
You punched his wife in the fucking face while you guys were sleeping. And you got him out of a country and he was in New York for an early morning.
it's
Like,
crazy.
what? So all of it is like flexing the muscle.
Although I do think that off of that line, in civilization, when you're researching your technologies, you don't start your conflict if your technologies aren't researched, because then you're behind. And we don't have the drone shit figured out.
True.
We all knew that, and it's showing. It's not looking good. It looks like, that's what I was saying. I try to look up how much these bullets cost and missiles because we keep fucking missing them, and it's embarrassing as hell. And then I worry about the guys in these bases that are just trying to like I don't know, fix the car on the base. Like, he isn't asking to get blown up, but it's a military target and he's gonna get blown the fuck up if we're not careful.
Have you seen this manifesto from Palantir?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but Palantir's so scary.
Dude. Holy shit. I thought you were going to know all about this.
No.
So listener, if you haven't, Palantir pushed out this, like, it's longer than 12 points. It's all these different points about what Palantir wants to be. And essentially, I'm going to paraphrase it for everyone because
Sure.
I'm dope like that. But it's saying that Silicon Valley and the government has a national responsibility to partner and fund Silicon Valley so that they can basically pump out all of these weapons of terror as quickly as possible because it's good for democracy, essentially. But bro, this manifesto, like, I'm not even joking with you. It looks like and reads like something that a dude who is high off of cocaine and
Yeah.
ketamine is writing. And it is the antithesis of what the Artemis Accords were. I don't know if you saw anything about that.
No.
So the Artemis Accords, we're talking about the spaceship that just recently
Yes.
went around the moon. They got like a third of the world to like sign this
Yeah.
treaty. Okay, so you saw that?
Yes.
It's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
It was the opposite of that.
Or like the golden record that we sent off into space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, and basically it's kind of, to be honest with you, art imitates life, life imitates art, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of like the Khitomer Accords from Star Trek, which is like, let's all work together and not worry about each other's rate. Like,
That's a sick reference.
Thank you.
It's really good.
I was hoping I was wearing a t-shirt so my biceps could show that,
Yeah.
just so that you guys could all know and not stereotype me as a gym rat, that I do watch nerd shit.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
You do.
Anyway, I don't even know where I was going with that, dude.
It's scary.
Yeah, fucking Palantir, dude. So Palantir is, for those of you who don't know, they are currently responsible for helping ICE and these drones in Israel that are targeting people in Gaza. Basically, it is a database that is using AI to really streamline active intelligence. And so here's what I mean by this. So when I was providing intelligence in the Marine Corps, we had to use things like MarineLink, where we would like go into computer programs and manually put in where IEDs were being hit, putting in like what happened at this IED thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's all happening instantaneously now. Instantaneously. And ICE is using this technology, and it is going to be causing people to be having, I don't know if you've heard of this, like digital like DNA that everyone's going to be walking around with, where basically a drone can kind of just like look at you and be like, oh, this is Kevin. He was reading on his Kindle last night. He was reading this book.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been looking at with ICE and stuff, the warrantless AI searches that they've been doing. Basically, anything you do using AI, which is everything, because everything has this weird AI encoded
Correct.
into it now. They've been trying to push for warrantless, like access to anything that you use AI with.
Not good.
That's
Not good. So Palantir is, for all intents and purposes, this company that is like Skynet. And all of these,
and they called it Palantir, a very dangerous object. They're not all accounted for.
it is a very dangerous object. But right now, like Lockheed Martin, RTX Corporation, Northrop Grumman, General
Those things?
Dynamics, Boeing, all those people are making hella money right now from all these missiles we're talking about. Because like now
Absolutely.
they're gonna have to replenish all those. And yeah, man, the Iran thing is fucking scary, dude. And I foresee a recession, and I foresee a lot of people being forced to like make weapons like it's World War II up in this bitch.
It'll be interesting. It won't be as easily predictable as the media is making it sound.
No, dude.
The media is making it sound like it's just going to be this thing. It's going to happen exactly this way. Like, fuck you, it will. Like, there's so many things at play that have never been at play before.
So many things at play, bro. So many things at play. So,
But let's-
go ahead.
Let's take a tone shift here.
Tone shit.
I saved a branch, and that branch is the Space Force. I watched a lot of Marine ones, and I was like, oh, this is going to be very appropriate. I forgot that the Space Force exists. I should watch their videos too. That's what I thought after I watched like 5 minutes of Marine ones. So then I watched a bunch of the Space Force, and I just want to talk about one of them. It's like the introduction to the Space Force recruitment ad. It's like a 3-minute video, and I was like, 3 minutes, man. You're wanting somebody that's like into this. And I have to tell you, it was almost a piece of literature.
Yeah.
It was close.
The comments, people were really moved by it, bro.
It was so close. And so I'll give a little description of, what I think happened here. I'll go on meta level first. I think in the writer's room, either the writer nailed it, and then through the political machinations, they had to condense it and change it until it kind of got muddied. Or a scientist thought of a really clever idea but didn't know how to express it, and then they hired a writer to do it, and they got pretty close. But essentially, if Carl Sagan would have done it, he would have knocked this out of the park. It could have been a short novella. The narrative they gave us for the Space Force is, when you look at a star, you're looking back in time. What are you going to see? If you go to the stars, you're going to see, like, the next Space Force guy who goes to the next star and looks back, he's going to see you building a fucking rocket ship. How cool is that shit? And I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool loop. That's Looper right there. I love this. I could not be more into this. I was not expecting a philosophical time looping scenario like Terminator time travel logic. I love it. It's so on board.
Yeah, it was good.
And then he talked about satellites, and I kind of lost it. But like right before that, it was really good.
That was another thing I forgot to say. Out of all of them, the Air Force did have a cool ad about the Artemis dudes coming back, and you were like, oh shit. Either way, all of the military branches are clearly showing that right now, if you join, you will be doing some things. Things will be happening.
You will do things.
Speaking of things, did you see that Navy meal that I sent you a picture of?
Yeah.
So for listeners, for those who don't know, on X, the rumor mill is that this sailor leaked a photo to his mother of what they're being fed, and then the mom leaked that photo to the USA Today. And
it's important that he did it. It does not help the Navy allegations from the Marine Corps that they are little bitches compared to them.
oh, is that a thing? Oh, you mean the age-old allegations,
that's
not
what
like
I'm
a
saying.
recent
No,
allegation.
no.
Oh, yes, of course. No, it doesn't.
It doesn't help.
Because here's the thing.
But it's important. And I'm sure a lot of those Marines on those boats are like, thank you. Thank you for doing that. But I can't say that because everyone's so mean and they play gay chicken every day, and so I can't get involved.
So the photo is like just like a little ball of mystery meat
It's
and then like
rough.
tortillas. Like and then like another one is like a skinny, I don't even know what you would call it.
It looked like a spammy thing.
Spammy, yes.
It's
very
spam-esque.
Spam-esque, and it's dog
if
shit.
Top Ramen made spam,
If Top Ramen made spam.
that's what it would be.
And, everyone's losing their minds. The reality is that this aircraft carrier has been out for 10 months. Normal deployments last about 7.
Yep.
This is the longest deployment that's happened since Vietnam for an aircraft carrier. So the point of what I'm saying is, it's war. It's war. They're
No, it's not war. Didn't you tell them that we're not at war?
they're running out of food.
No, they're fine.
And then I'll tell you, just imagining, I was putting myself in the shoes of these military members when I heard that the laundry room caught on fire and apparently it displaced 600 sailors and some of them had to sleep in hallways. And I was like, bro, that would fucking suck.
Yeah.
Bro. Laying in that cold ass concrete ass ship in a hallway with some sheets and as the light is on all night, like I'm good, bro. I
Dude,
don't know.
This is making me realize I don't think the Navy gets enough cred for how shitty their sleep arrangements always are.
Well, yeah, dude. No,
Going
the
through-
Navy it sucks to be in the Navy, bro.
I've been through subs. I've been on enough sub tours now because my brother was interested in subs because he wanted to join. So like we went to a bunch of sub museums. The amount of beds where torps are, like it's
Yep.
torpedoes, and
Yes.
then they take out the torpedo and they put a bed
Yes.
there. And then I said, well, what do you do if the torpedo's there? And he's like, then we just put the torpedo there and
Yeah.
the guy sleeps under. Like, what are you talking about? Like, is this really a conversation I have
Yeah.
to have with you,
You have to
adult
consolidate.
man? Like, you can figure this out yourself.
We sleep next to munitions all night, dude.
They-
Imagine what that does to a person's psyche.
I was like,
just
it's
saying.
tiny, tiny little.
Yes, dude.
So when push comes to shove, Navy guys are really good about, and if you're young, you're like, I don't care. Like you care after a couple days. Like
You will, dude.
everybody cares after a couple. Everybody is rock hard for like 2 days, and then really seen some cracks in your own psyche.
Uh-huh. So yeah, no, the Navy's it's war shit, dude, for sure. And I am going to be interested to hear from their perspective when they're done with all of it, right? Because they're the ones there, as we know from George Orwell, right? Like we're reading about all of it, and it's fun to sit here and talk about
Yeah.
it, but we're not there. They are. So shout out to people who are deployed right now, even though they probably don't want to be. I've been there, done that.
I have not. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, shout out to those people
Yeah.
for real, dude. Deployments are that's no joke. Do you have any other
Come on our podcast when you're done.
big topics that you want to bring up before we bounce?
Trump was almost shot today. I don't know. I feel like we have to say it.
Sort of.
I
I
just had
mean,
to, like,
did
I
you
had
watch
to
the
say it once.
videos? Like,
Yeah, it's fine.
it's.
Okay.
He's fine.
Oh,
He is fine.
Okay, but off of that, I did have one thing. Well, I have two things. One is if you're looking at this map, we didn't introduce this map.
I brought up the Strait of Hormuz and pointed to it at one point.
We Googled map of Iran as a joke, and then the first hit, which just shows that Palantir is getting really good at their job. It said, what you want is an eBay listing of the 1996 CIA map of Iran. And we're like, actually, I really do. And so that's fun. My other point that's more real. I feel like I understand people who supported Trump as like he's the disruptor, right? He's going to be a great disruptor. That's why it was a fire starter. That's what Dan Carlin used to want. And then he saw Trump and he's like, actually, I don't think I wanted that. I didn't know that. But I understood that. Like, yeah, you wanted something different. You felt like a shakeup was worth, like, break a couple eggs. It is what it is. But watching people online or in person, even, which is scary, defend him as like a wholesome dude.
Trump?
Yeah. Or like
Wholesome?
as like a real person. Anything other than the necessary evil of the time for the shakeup that I feel is required for a republic. And I'm not saying I agree with the shakeup. I think that Trump's a bad choice for that. But I understand that perspective is what I'm trying to say. But I'm hearing people take him seriously as a human. I'm like, I feel like you missed the point of everybody who got him elected. Like, those people didn't get him elected
Because he's serious. They got him elected because he's a fire starter. Is what
yeah,
you're
like
saying.
that's how
Yeah.
he got his momentum. And then hearing people be like, "Ah, he must be having such a hard time." Like, no one should give a fuck if he's having a hard time or not. He's Julius Caesar. Nobody should care if Julius Caesar dies or not. Like, and I shouldn't even compare Trump to Julius Caesar, because Julius Caesar
Could write a book.
he was incredible in some of the evil things that he would do. Like, he was operating on a level none of us would.
His
reach.
politicking was insane, is what you're saying. Go
Yes.
go listen to our Gallic War
Yes.
series. It's really good.
And Trump's not that, but he is like a fire starter. And I don't think many of the people, the triumvirate, wouldn't care if Caesar died, right? Like, they would have been like, "Cool, finally, we can move on to the next guy." And it's just odd to me. I thought I understood it, but apparently a lot of people have. And I guess that's just how psyches work over time.
I watched, there's something really interesting. I have a really interesting confession to make. I can't watch WWF bullshit, but I can watch documentaries about it.
Did you watch the Hulk Hogan
So I
one?
did.
Yeah, Hannah watched it.
Okay, did she?
She was watching.
Fascinating. So this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It is so wrestling is a fascinating thing, dude. At one point, fucking Werner Herzog is in that.
The character is an interesting thing to illuminate. Everyone plays a character.
That's my Werner Herzog.
That's
Sorry.
pretty good.
Anyway, at one point in the documentary, Hulk Hogan is like, I need to kind of be politically neutral because obviously my fans in the United States, you flip a coin, whoever is president, 50% doesn't like you, right? And so at one point, this is after he almost gets shot the other time in Philadelphia. He's like, and Hulk Hogan's like, "Man, after you got almost shot, that was enough for me. I got to come out and support him." And I was like, right, but he wasn't president at the time, dude.
Right.
He was going around rally. That was a rally that he wanted to do. He made a choice to do that rally. And like that was like in your mind, you're like, no, I need to go and like then stand up and do the right. It's just interesting to me, dude. I don't know the cult of personality that is him. And again, you and I have gone on record here at Battle Buddies to say we are anti-assassination
Don't do violence.
of any president, regardless of if we agree with him or not.
Whatever you say, yeah. Just don't. It's really bad.
So
I hated that documentary.
To wrap it all up, what I'm trying to say is like if you are a president or of a massive and you are trying to make these insane waves and then a human being tries to shoot you, that is not shocking behavior.
Right. Shooting middle schoolers is shocking behavior.
It's not good. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't shoot anybody.
Don't shoot anybody, obviously.
It is true that if I was literally trying to fire start, I would be expecting more bullets.
People are probably going to try to like murk me. And then other people in the building were obviously so like agreeing with what you and I are saying
Right.
that they didn't even duck because they were like, well, duh. Of course this is happening.
It's weird.
Is your eye okay, bud?
No.
Okay. Listeners, Kevin
Years.
is like crying over here.
It's not even years of this thing. It's okay. I'm a real tough case.
Yeah. Anyway, Kevin and I needed this at ease because obviously, like I said, so much has been going on. And honestly, so much it's hard to keep up with. I wanted to bring
Yep.
up David Grush updates. A David Grush
Oh,
update.
I know. Yeah, we got to do one.
He had spoken at like a recent aerospace convention. He's got more credibility now just because like he hasn't done anything for money, and he's honestly him coming out with this information has been just genuinely good for the scientific community.
But he needs to actually come out with some information.
So what's happening is this was the update apparently is that he is homies with Marco Rubio, which is why recently Trump was like, yeah, we're probably going to be releasing a bunch of shit soon. Even David Grush said that like the shit that's going to be coming out soon will be pretty uncomfortable for like
Cool.
the mass public. So disclosure's coming, and it's coming so quickly that it's hard to care about because the world's almost ending with this
Yeah.
World War III shit. So everyone's like, don't care about aliens.
If we can get there right before the world ends, it'd be cool. Just any answer.
show me some aliens
That's
and
what-
then drop the nukes.
Yeah.
Or the twist is that the aliens stop the nukes and then give us drugs, and we all realize that we shouldn't have nuclear energy, and we all sign a Earth pact to go back to the way of life of 1990s.
1997.
And then you and I celebrate by going to Blockbuster and renting Sergeant Bilko with Steve Martin.
There's a deep cut.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. We appreciate you.
We do appreciate it.
And we got some episodes coming out. 3, and things are happening this summer. I got some fun ideas, and we love you. If it weren't for people listening to this, we wouldn't exist. Maybe not. I don't know. But until next time, so it goes.